If you want to manifest money into your life, or you've been trying to do so and it's not worked for you, then what I'm going to go through in this video is probably going to come as somewhat of a relief, because if you believe verbatim what they said in the movie The Secret, which had millions of people across the world, me included, just imagining this check that's going to magically drop through the letterbox with a load of money, $10,000, $50,000, and you run off to the bank and cash it and live happily ever after. If you've tried any of those things, then you know that actually that is going to be a very long way of going about it, is just going through the rest of your life hoping something's just going to magically drop into your lap. But the good news is there are practical steps that you can take in conjunction with putting out your intention, increasing your positive vibrations, that is going to give you much quicker results. And I think it's very helpful to really understand what money is before you can acquire it or you can manifest it into your life. Because at the end of the day, money is simply, it's like a token that you exchange, you give to somebody in return for something that is either going to teach you something, or it's going to improve an aspect of your life, or it's simply going to give you enjoyment. Now, going back hundreds or thousands of years, even back to sort of Roman times and things and before, what people would do is they would make things and then they would use those to exchange with something that they want. So maybe if you were adept at creating jewelry, then you could use that to purchase grains of rice or bags of flour from a farmer, and that would be your form of value exchange. And then, of course, in more, I suppose, modern times, in quotes, the advent of money allowed you to have this thing that you would go and take to somebody, and that would be your voucher, if you like, in exchange for whatever it is that you want. So when it comes to manifesting money, actually there is a very deliberate way that you can do it that is going to give you much quicker results, and that is simply figuring out what you can create. And don't worry, when I say create, I'm not necessarily talking about creating some sort of physical product or starting this huge business. But what can you create based on your skills or experiences that somebody would be willing to pay you in exchange for that thing? Now, you may not even have to create something physical. It could be that you have experience, you have life experience. Maybe you're a parent or have been a parent. Maybe you've been married. Maybe you've been married and divorced. People will pay you to get them a result or to improve their life based on your life experience. So, and it could be something as simple as you put a message out on Facebook. You've got to be a bit careful with Facebook. If you put like payment links and things, I think that is actually, I'm sure in the terms and conditions you need to check that out, but people have got banned for sort of putting products and things. Certainly affiliate links. Affiliate link is where you can sign up to, like Amazon for example, and you can get a link from them that you would send to people, and if they purchase a product through your link, you will get a commission. But there's nothing wrong with putting out a post saying, look, you know, I'm starting my own little coaching business. I concentrate on helping new mothers lose weight after giving birth, or you know, maybe postnatal depression. It could be that you've created your own little invitations, like for weddings or for baby showers. Maybe you make things out of soap. You know, maybe you make your own soap, your own candles. There are so many things. All you need to do, if you're stuck for ideas, go on Amazon or go on Etsy. Etsy is a place people make thousands of dollars selling templates and affirmation guides or checklists. Checklists is another thing. People love checklists. You know, if someone's getting married, you could create the top 10 checklist of things that you must remember to organise in advance for a good wedding or for a party. There are so many things. So if you're watching this and thinking, oh, I can't create anything, or I haven't got any experience, look at the things that you've done in your life. Things maybe that you've overcome, that you've helped other people with. Or what are the things that people come to you for advice about? That is another brilliant indication that that is something that you can help other people with. And it's that simple. What money is not, you don't get money. When people say I need to get more money, you don't sort of walk around and, again, contrary to The Secret, where they talk about walking around and looking for money that's dropped on the floor and things like that. I mean, you couldn't make a living doing that, surely. You know, you've got to be a bit practical sometimes. You know, it's like that of course, if you're walking around looking at the ground all the time, then of course you're more likely to spot money that maybe you before would have walked over because you weren't looking for it. You know, I get that, but you know, where people just sit in a room and they do the journaling and drinking green tea and lighting a few joss sticks and then just kind of trying to manifest money falling into your lap. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And of course, you know, you need to put out your intentions. But that's another thing, is you need to be clear, not just on what it is, what you want, but you need to at least create a simple plan. It could just be a 3-step plan. And take that first step today. You know, today could be just sitting down with a piece of paper, or if you're a bit more digitally inclined, you know, use the note. There's no doubt could be a note-taking application on your phone, or download one, and just jot down some ideas. Look through your life and think, what have I done? What have I achieved? What challenges have I had that I could maybe help other people with? And then you don't even really have to create anything. You get paid for talking to people, for coaching people. Reach out to some friends of yours, you know, and maybe ask them, do they know anybody that may be struggling with a particular problem? At the end of the day, if you can either fix people's problems or help people enjoy themselves, that is the two major things that people will happily pay money for. Can you paint pictures? Are you good at drawing? People love pictures of their pets, you know, to kind of immortalize their pets so that they've always got a memory of them. I know someone that I went to school with. She charges £300 or £400, which is about $400 to $500 for portraits of people's pets and stuff like that. Maybe you're not artistic, but you're good at other things. You know, maybe could you do, you know, help people with schooling? There's so many things. If you're stuck for ideas, you know, just look on different websites like Etsy, like eBay, like Amazon. I know someone that goes around car boot sales, or in the US you have what do you call them, yard sales, and just picking up tools and then going and selling them on eBay and stuff. It makes a very tidy profit. There's money everywhere. There's money everywhere. There's so many opportunities. That's sometimes the problem, is there's so many things it's hard to know where to start. I might create a little guide on this actually, and let you guys have it. But I hope that was useful to you. That is the easy way to manifest money, is just create value for other people. How can you help other people? And it's fulfilling as well, it's satisfying. And then it's when you get that sense of fulfillment, that is what raises your vibration. It's not sitting there thinking, you know, raise my vibration, where's my vibration? Obviously I can't say that, it's a bit cold this morning, my lips are numb. So I hope that was useful too. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this. And comment if you've got any ideas or any questions. I was happy to help out. So thanks for watching. Take care. I'll speak to you soon.